Breakfast, you might see it is 1:30 in the afternoon. Now normally I would usually fast until about 12 o'clock midday, but you know, setting all this up and just procrastination, it's now 1:30. Normally I would have had 3 whole eggs, cottage cheese, some low carb toast, but changing it up, we're a month away from pancake day, thought it'd be fun, we'll start having some, not pancakes, crepes. So we've got a crepe maker, you can get them online. You get this lovely little sticky thing alongside it, and that's what you use to spread the mix to get it nice and thin and crispy. And that's what you want from these. Now you can make your own pancake mix, we all know how to do that. Eggs and flour, a little bit of soy or water instead of milk if you want to, and then you just bang in some protein powder alongside. But there's a protein pancake mix, thought I'd try that out. Macros on the pancake mix, for a standard mix, which is 50 grams, you get 32 grams of protein, 7 grams of carbs, that's it, and 3 fat. A lot of this is going to be my protein stuff. Obviously, I work with them. I have stuff. So if you want me to show you what I eat, I've got to show you the stuff because it's what I eat. And if you're going to eat intuitively and not count all your macros all the time, this is going to be a great base to have something like this. Low in the macros of carbs and fats, high in the protein, which means you can then volumize with other things on top. So you don't have to use it, but if you want to, you can use code Lex Fitness as well, and that'll get you the maximum percentage off of whatever's going on the site at that time. Here's what you're going to need though for these nice, simple, pretty much foolproof crepes. Reduced sugar, raspberry jam, 0 calorie, maple flavored syrup. Not tried that yet, so I'll let you know what that's like. Protein chocolate spread, good old fashioned peanut butter. You have that, what was that voice? You have that there, you know. You have that with the raspberry jam. Pancake mix, 150 ml of water in a shaker. Now I've put a little metal ringing-a-me, jinging-y, banging wangy in there, technical term. Do see scoopies. Got it about 3/4 of the way up the heat. I like the MCTs of coconut oil. I like fats in my diet. Teaspoon of the coconut oil. I'm gonna take half of that back off. Benefit as well of coconut oil, does actually legitimately moisturize the skin. Life hack. You wanna pour about the size of that coconut lid, and that should about do it. I've put too much oil on. Look away, everybody look away. It's going horribly wrong. Just keep looking away from the camera. Definitely don't look at the camera now. Pretty much foolproof. Keep looking away. It's okay. Don't look at the camera. Look at the hand. Look at the hand. Yeah. Okay. So keep looking at the hand. We'll come back to it and then add some toppings. Pretty much foolproof. Look at the hands. I think I had the pan a little bit too cold, but it's cooking through now. Once you've cooked one side for long enough, all you want to do is flip it and really only leave it on there for like 30 seconds or so now, because that's going to keep the moisture in the pancake. Get hotter. I feel like it needs to be hotter. Not hot enough. Sizzle. Are you going to sizzle? That's my imperfectly perfect crepe. But to be fair to it, it might look like something from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You hear the crunchiness? That's a proper crepe. So what have we learned? Tiny little bit of oil. Get it hotter. Sizzle, damn it. Here we go. Yeah, a little bit of sizzle now. There we go. You know, I'm sure there's plenty of parents watching. Your first one's the project. You get it right with the second one. And we wait. Alexa. 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 Don't ignore me.
Sorry.
Alexa. Alexa, pause. Thank you. Please don't kill me in the uprising. This is how it should be. Look at this. So it's nice and moist on that side. We flip it. Oh, look, it's all browny and lovely and delicious on this side. Little bit of a sizzle, we're gonna leave that literally 15 seconds, and then that is it. That is how you make the perfect little crepey babies. First kid, you know, emotionally scarred. This one, look at that. Once you put it on and it's just kind of finished, you can add in little things if you want to just make it jazzy. Jazz it up a little bit on that wetter side. I'd say it's probably a mistake, putting the sprinkles on. Were the sprinkles a mistake? Maybe not. And sprinkles are going to weigh next to nothing. So people think sprinkles, sugar. There's got to be like probably less than 2 grams on there. So you're talking like 1 gram of carb to add those little sprinkles in. But don't be a Nazi with your food. And then volumize with other things like fruit. If you go for more the berries and stuff like that, they are between 5 and 8 grams of carbohydrate per 100 grams. So you could add on an extra 5 grams of carbs for like 80 grams of fruit. Sprinkles may be a good cavity filling for walls for fire prevention. Yeah. Big fat pancakes, you get less. Crepes, you get more. Oh, you're going to make 4. There's 100% going to be 4 massive crepes out of this. Wow, this beast. Oh, feeling it, feeling it. You just wouldn't believe I wasn't French. And you'll see I'm not wearing a hat, so there cannot be a rat underneath the hat controlling this genius. Ratatouille, if you haven't seen it, we can't be friends. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and a problem child. My absolute favourite 100% is the simplicity of peanut butter and a good old-fashioned bit of raspberry jam, about 15 grams. Just spread that on. Boom. Protein crepe. That's pretty delicious. Maple syrup, pancake, it's pretty good. I think golden syrup beats it out though. So this one's gonna have, that's mouldy. What have we learnt? Oh, well that's on my feet. Freezer fruit, can in fact go mouldy. Three and 3/4, perfect crepes. We've got a jam and peanut butter, a chocolate, maple syrup, and then another with the special one, peanut butter and a little bit more jam. So there we go. Not too shabby. That soup's not bad. So here we go, meal number 2, and this is a little wonder, especially for meal prep. Slow cookers are fantastic for cooking things like chicken, beef, fish, the whole shebang. The great thing about it is you chuck it all in, you turn it on, and you walk away. Inside here is beef shin, carrots, veg, gravy stock, but also beef bone broth. Now, bone broth is a brilliant source of collagen, which is fantastic for helping us with healing, nice youthful skin, strong hair, teeth, nails. It's something we should all be supplementing, but we don't. And I learned that massively during the rehab of having my bicep reattached. If you haven't seen that video, make sure to watch it. It'll link up here now as a tag and as well at the end. And that takes you through all my supplements that I use to help recover what should have been a 6-month injury in pretty much 8 weeks. There's about 600 grams of meat in here, so what that's going to do is provide me with 3 meals. So I pretty much just eyeball out servings that equate to 3 from the entire pot. I'll use the same bowl each time, literally spoon it out, eat and go. And that's it, easy peasy. If you do this, prepare 3 meals, but each one of them in mass, you're going to end up with up to 9 meals in the fridge at a time. And if you just keep on top of that, you should have a never, ever ending supply of food ready to go, which will stop you cheating and stop you falling off your diet. And while we're talking about it, where'd I put it? Ow! That's broke. That's really broke. Brilliant. Oh, there it is. So take this out now so that it'll be ready in time. Chicken, peppers, tomatoes, Moroccan style ratatouille-esque dish, 3 chicken breasts, and I ate one of those meals of the day. So in here is effectively 2 more meals, half in a bowl. All I'll do alongside that is change what I have it with. Now, if I want some carbs with that meal, obviously I'll have it with something like this. These are root veg mash. These are a little bit sneaky. Things like the mashed potatoes, the root veg mash, the creamy mash, sweet potato mash, all these things you can buy. If you look on the back of them, a number you won't expect, and that is the carbohydrate number. Per 100 grams, 10 grams for the root veg mash. The cheesy mash is only 13 grams. Now you'd expect this or this to be at least 21 grams of carbohydrate per 100 because it's potato, but because these are pre-cooked, that actually reduces the digestible amount of carbohydrate in it, because each time that they are cooked and then reheated, the starch molecules become harder and harder to digest, get harder to break down, and what that means is they pass through the gut without being digested. And this is known as resistance carbohydrates. So you get the same potato, sweet potato or root mash, but the starch molecules are harder to digest. So you can actually have twice the volume for the same amount of carbs as a fresh version. Undoubtedly, if you don't like processed things, you don't want to be eating these all the time, but to add them in every so often, or if you're in a diet phase when you're trying to volumize, they're a really neat idea. So it's simple as leaving that one on the side out for later. Chilies, stir fries, big mixes where you're just chucking veg in with all your meats, or up to a kilo of meat at a time. Massive game changer. If you're like me and don't mind eating similar things all the time, it's super easy. You can end up with easily 3 or 4 meals from one 45-minute cooking session. Rather than having to cook to eat, it's a brilliant lifesaver. Plus, handy hint, frozen veg, it's not expensive, it doesn't go off. It's not like the stuff that you buy in, you look at, oh, it looks great, you put it in that drawer, you forget about it for a week, you open it up, it looks like some kind of a zombie vegetable apocalypse has occurred. So you cook the meat off, pour this in, and that's it. Once it's just heating through, it cooks. It tastes good, and actually the flash freezing process that these goes through actually helps keep a lot of the antioxidants. This is picked, chopped and flash frozen, boom, it stays in that state. That is one of my handy hints and one of the ways that I managed to get in those micronutrients and veg and everything. There's only about 7 or 8 grams of carb per 100 in them, so you can add a ton of these to any stir fry, chili or whatever it is you're making, and you're not going to be bumping up a ton of carbs. Tip of the day, done. post-workout, alongside the old whey shake, I'm gonna have myself a snack. Hummus, crackers. Now, this is a good source of fats, and I love hummus. And the crackers, 5 grams of carbs per cracker, 1 gram of fat. On my diets, I tend to get at least 100 grams of fat in a day. I tend to go for around 150 to 200 maximum grams of carbohydrates a day. So predominantly my diet is protein and fat, with the carbs being relatively low, but by no means keto. Shake, crackers, hummus, done. This was my previous pot of hummus that I tried to eat only half of. Oh, that fresh cracker smell. Ah, damn it. Lazy man hack. Cracker, break it over the tub. No crummies on the table except the ones you just dropped out the cracker thing yourself. Ah. So, there we have it. With the addition of this final meal. Where's the barcode? Bink. I've been eating intuitively all day, but then obviously for this video I've also been just following intuitive versus the actual macros of what I've eaten today. So my goals would have been 180 to 200 grams of protein, 150 carbs, 120 grams of fat. So according to where we're at now on this, protein 216 grams, carbs 143, and fat 103. So a little bit over on my protein. I'm happy with the fats at 100. Could add a few more in there if I wanted to now. Coconut oil to some coffee, have that pre-workout, MCTs. But that's pretty much it. That is how my days run, and that's pretty much how you can stay consistent by just eating intuitively, relatively similar portion sizes of cook-offs. You know the amount of meat in there. You know that you're gonna get X amount of meals out of each portion size. So that's gonna keep you consistent. Using the same bowls, the same plates and things like that so that your portion sizes do stay relatively consistent. And maybe just check in once every 10 to 14 days. Just macro a day out, see how close you are to what you're getting by just using your portion sizes, but maybe actually just weigh it as you're portioning it. Don't try and weigh what you need, weigh what you've been using so that you get an accurate idea of where your macros are at, and then obviously you can adjust up and down as you go. I hope this has been helpful. I hope it gives you an idea of maybe some little tricks and things, and also the variety of kind of food that you can eat. There was the simplicity in there of a corned beef sandwich with cheese, which I just freaking love, and I like having them in there. And I like having those in there because it's a nostalgic food for me. I used to eat it with my grandfather, and it's just one of those. I like to have it in every so often. I like my hummus, I like my crackers, as much as I like everything that's complex and healthy and getting those macronutrients in, which I told you with the frozen veg and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, there we go. If you want to see more of these, let me know. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and make sure to hit the notifications bell to make sure YouTube tells you, although it probably still freaking won't, but you know, best case scenario, it'll actually tell you I've uploaded a freaking video. Follow on Instagram. Also check out the Crewcast, goes live every single Monday. Myself and Mr. Lewis, it's our podcast. We've got 53 episodes up now, and they cover everything. We're having guests on there. The last guest we had on was a TRT and hormone specialist. Super interesting, so make sure to check that out. We're hopefully going to get some WWE stars on there. We're going to get a hormone specialist back on. We're going to get some people that have been through some troublesome issues in their life with regards to bodybuilding, with regards to drug use and all things like that. And also some people on to help with mental health. And then we also just have a chat and a banter and have a good old drink of whiskey and maybe the odd cheeky cigar every now and again. So if you like that kind of thing, the links are all in the description below, and we appreciate every single one of you that is already following us. Hope you're going to have a great week ahead of you. Remember, leave what's bad in the week that's gone, bring forward what is good, and make your own energy. I'll catch you next video. Boom, baby.